Hey there, Aaron from GrowLawnUglyWeeds.com. Today I'm coming to you from Burleson, Texas, and wanted to show you this dethatch job and how the lawn should look before we start. So the customer mowed it down from about 4 inches down to 1.5 inches and marked the sprinkler heads. Very helpful. Now we've already dethatched the front yard. Haven't done the side yard yet, but this is what it should look like before we get here. The shorter the grass is, the easier it is and more effective the dethatch we're going to be. And this is what it's going to look like after we're done. Now we are going to run over this with a lawnmower to clean this up and flatten it all out. Same with all this over here. All right, so we just got done dethatching this yard in Burleson, and just want to kind of go over a couple things. If you're considering dethatching your lawn and you're worried about the ground getting scuffed up, it is going to get scuffed up, especially in the high spots in some of the shaded areas where the grass isn't rooted good, or maybe there's some drought stress areas from the year before or prior years that have short root systems. You do run the risk of tearing up that grass. But that grass is weak anyway, and this power raking is going to be more beneficial than leaving that weak grass there. Let me turn this camera around and show you what I mean. So right through here is between the houses, is very shaded. I'm not going to be able to grow grass here anyway, but this is what it'll look like. And then we have some areas out here that are a little roughed up. There's a high spot there. There's one right there. This is going down a hill. The machine bottomed out there. There's nothing to prevent this kind of stuff. When you're going down a hill, like right here's a really good example. This stuff can't be avoided. This is going to happen. But your lawn is going to benefit from the dethatching a lot more than worrying about a handful of spots that are going to get scuffed up from the power rake. We're wrapping up this job here. We've power raked the whole yard. The customer scalped before we came. Not scalped. Well, hold on, not scalped. They mowed it down to 1.5 inches. 1.5 inches is not a scalp. And this is what it looks like. This is after the dethatch. We probably raked up a good 15 to 20 bags out of this lawn so far. I'll show you some footage of some of the other jobs that we've done if you're considering dethatching. Here's some other areas. These are just shaded areas that aren't going to grow grass anyway, and it is going to scuff it up. This grass is very thin and weak back here. It's going to die anyway. So if you had grass that's going to come up, it's probably on its last leg anyway. And I wouldn't hesitate to dethatch your lawn if I was worried about a handful of spots coming up here and there, because it's gonna. Here's an area here where it turned up a little dirt. These areas are going to come in amazing. That's kind of a basic overview of our dethatching process. We're going to run a mower over it now, and this customer actually elected to get a core aeration, so we're going to take care of that right now. All right, so this customer did mow it down to about 2 inches before we started. Let me show you where I want it. All right, so we dropped this Toro 21-inch commercial grade mower down to a 1, and that's where I want your prep to be, all the way down to a 1. So we have you on the schedule for dethatching your lawn. What I want you to do before we dethatch it is I want you to mow it down to a 1 on your Toro commercial grade mower. I'm going to give you an example of what that looks like here. Well, we're out of property in Burleson now. The lawn company was mowing it at about 3.5 inches. It's TIF 419 Bermuda, and they mowed it down to about 2, which I can live with 2, but I really would love for it to be out of 1. We are using a Turfco aerator, and I really like this aerator. It's able to go forward and reverse. You can do 3-point turns and keep the tines in the ground for the most part. If you do need to lift the tines off the ground, it's really not a big deal. We've used other drum aerators in the past, and this by far has been our favorite one. This is the 3rd one I bought, so if you're interested in a good aerator, the Turfco XT5 is the one we use. So check out Turfco. They're not a sponsor. Actually, we don't have any sponsors of the channel yet. Maybe one day, but either way, Turfco builds an excellent aerator, and we've been using it for a long time. So stay tuned to the channel. Please subscribe.